will protect you.
Welcome to Davey's Take. Today we're talking about Fantastic Four: First Steps, the fifth attempt at a Fantastic Four movie. I apologize for my setup right now. It looks a little creepy. It's probably gonna be like that for a while. I moved into a new place. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna have a new setup, but not right now. So Fantastic Four: First Steps is a new attempt at a Fantastic Four movie. This time it's different though. Fox sold the rights to Disney for Fantastic Four, so now Disney has the rights, so essentially the MCU is making a Fantastic Four movie. And I feel like people have high hopes for this. I don't know what your opinion is on the other Fantastic Four movies. I've never seen the 90s one. I heard that was really bad. I've seen the other three, and let's just say they're not, the highest quality of films. Sure, there's a certain level of nostalgia for the one that came out in 2005, but let's be honest, those films, they're not great. So how was the MCU/Disney's attempt at a Fantastic Four movie? To no surprise, this is hands down the best Fantastic Four movie ever made. I know the bar wasn't really set that high, but honestly, I didn't really have high expectations for this film. It had nothing to do with the marketing, it had nothing to do with the casting, it had nothing to do with that. I just think Marvel's at a point now where the quality that they used to have just isn't there. So anytime we see a movie like this, there isn't that same sort of excitement I used to have. I gotta say though, I had a blast with this film. I haven't had this much fun in a Marvel movie since probably Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but this was like a different type of fun. This film takes place in the 60s, and it has this campy silliness vibe to it, but the film really leans into it. And I thought that was a very smart idea because it works for the story. And I think this film actually has great storytelling. This is a story I was actually very invested in, and it felt very different and weird compared to the stuff we've seen in the MCU, which is honestly impressive to think of a story that feels different than what we've done before. And there's been, 40 movies at this point? And a lot of reason why the story works is because of the casting. I thought everyone in this movie did an outstanding job. I think that was the most important part when you're making a Fantastic Four movie, is that this group of people need to feel like a family. They need to feel like a team. And I totally bought it. Not only did I buy their chemistry and the fact that they are working as a team, they were just a lot of fun to watch on screen. These were characters that made this experience never dull, never boring. I never was checking my watch, anything like that. And that's interesting to say because when I think about this film, it's not like there's a million action sequences. It's not like there's a million different things going on. A lot of it is just conversations between these characters, but the storytelling and the script is so well done, the film still feels like a lot of fun. There are parts of the film I really had no idea where it was going, and there are these really weird and unique things that this film did that will make this movie stand out compared to other MCU films. I really like the villains here. They're actually pretty interesting. I thought Julia Gardner as Silver Surfer was a scene stealer, and I really like Galactus. I haven't read a comic book. I don't know what's comic book accurate when it comes to these performances or Galactus or anything like that. I just gotta say they were villains that felt like they stuck out compared to other MCU villains. And I know historically they're not really known for their villains. There's some films that have had really good villains. But I don't know. The visual of Galactus just strolling through New York is just going to stick in my mind. There are some issues with the film. It's a great runtime. Like, it's perfect. It's under 2 hours. I was like, great. We're going to have a great old time and get out of here. But there's definitely parts of the film that feel like they're missing. It doesn't, ruin the plot or the story. It's things that I feel like could have elevated the story. Like, The Thing. The Thing is great here. The Thing is probably the best on-screen thing that we've gotten. But there are parts of his character development I feel like they're sort of left out. Like, they filmed parts of it, but they probably just didn't put in the final film. Same with the Silver Surfer. There's a big part of the film about the Silver Surfer. She definitely gets her screen time. But it feels like there was more there. It felt like this film had parts of it missing. And like I said, it doesn't make the story incoherent or anything like that. It's just things I think would have made the film a little bit better. And this isn't really an issue for me, but I could see people really nitpicking this film. Like, if you take this film too seriously, you're not going to have a great time. If you don't like the style, the tone, or the vibe this film is going for, you're not going to really like this film. But for me, that's one of the best parts about this film. It felt refreshing. It felt like something Marvel really needed right now. There were some really exciting moments in this film, some really emotional moments in this film. There are things in this film I just really wasn't expecting. This film isn't as good as, say, like Guardians 3, but I haven't had this much fun watching a Marvel movie. I don't know where this is going to place in the grand scheme of Marvel, especially in, this is phase 6 now? So I don't know what that means and what this is going to set up or anything like that. But the way they told this story, a different way to tell Fantastic Four, and as a standalone Fantastic Four movie, not only is this the best Fantastic Four movie we've gotten, this is one of the better Marvel movies I've seen in a while. I'm going to give the Fantastic Four First Steps 8 Davey Daves. There are definitely things in this film that feel a little underdeveloped, but I gotta give them credit for condensing this film to under 2 hours, and it was still really good. So, props to you, Disney. So, the Fantastic Four, First Steps. Let me know what you guys thought of it once you've seen it. I'm curious to hear. And thank you so much for watching. Click here to see more of Davey Dave's Takes.